It is all about International Women's Day, and today we're talking about, in our love chat, being a woman and the purpose, doing things with purpose, being your best you. And we have the great psychologist, Associate Counselling Psychologist, Petgrave on the line, entrepreneur, businesswoman, leader, historic history starter, professional makeup person, artist. The lady with the nice teeth. What up, mama?
I love it. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm not done.
Happy International Women's Day.
I'm not done. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. That's all I got.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And
I see you get the memo.
yeah, I got the memo, definitely. But, this is a topic that seems so simple. It does. It's living your life with purpose, being your best you. A lot of times we hear people say it, we see influencers post it, but I don't think a lot of people really have a grasp of what it is to be a woman of purpose and to really be the best you. Some people still have it as people pleasing, making sure everybody else thinks I'm perfect. So can we get some clarification on that?
Oh, yeah. And you know what, Nikki? Society does that to us.
Mm-hmm.
Society tells us, especially as moms, I think society tells us that you do everything for the children and you don't do anything for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get to mid-age, sometimes midlife, and realize that we haven't really lived in purpose. We haven't really walked in purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, I was speaking at a women's conference, and there were women of different ages, and one lady who literally could be my grandmother asked me, how do you find your purpose?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, at that age, almost 80, wow, can you imagine living until 80 and don't feel as though you have walked in purpose? But it is possible for every woman.
And it doesn't mean she didn't have a full life. She could have had a full life, all the kids. Yeah, but
a full life.
Right. Yeah.
A full life, Nikki.
Yeah.
And what happened is that sometimes our struggles lead us into our purpose.
Yeah.
But I think we spend more time when we're going through struggles to get out of it or run away from the situation, that we don't recognize what we can learn from it, what the situation is teaching us.
Yeah. And how we can grow from it.
And how we can grow from it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like a lot of times, take something as simple that we can all relate to. There's a high percentage of abuse of women in Jamaica and children, but it's International Women's Day. A lot of women look at that abuse like, okay, he loves me. And they never learn that, no, sis, there might be something better for you out there. And you could be doing something so great if you weren't walking on eggshells and being in fear of being slapped, punched, kicked, mentally abused, or, any of those things.
Yes, but Nikki, I have to say this though, it's not as easy as we think it is.
Oh no, I never said it was easy. I never ever said that.
So sometimes we wonder, how could somebody stay in that situation? But remember what physical abuse is. It's control.
Exactly.
And when every single part of your life is controlled, it's not easy, to just up and walk. And then there's so many other factors that you have to take into consideration before a person can leave an abusive situation. But I do understand what you are saying, and my heart goes out for every woman, child.
I know people personally who were in these situations. Those situations were brought in my direction. However, the minute that abuse came to fruition, it didn't usually end up. No, I didn't run. No, I won't incriminate myself, but I did not run, and that relationship never lasted. I'm just not that type of person. But I
Yeah.
do know, I have friends who were those type of people. And I hear every word you're saying, because you have the factor of, especially if you've combined your bills, your life, and everything with this person, or if you never even had a job and this person picked you up from before you had a chance to learn a career. But what I say to all those women is, you still got to take the steps. You can't just say, well, I have no way out. Get you a tin can. You better start stealing this change on the side and put it in that little tin can somewhere tucked up in the backyard. You do something and get out. And don't be afraid to live on a mattress. And don't be afraid to live on a mattress. Yes.
There is help, Nikki. There is help.
Yes.
And my heart, again, like I said, my heart really, really goes out, because it's easier. Like for you, congratulations.
Yeah.
You were able to get yourself out of that situation. But, you know, if persons are in that space, I am urging them, get the necessary help, because believe you me, there is help. And it doesn't mean that you were not born with an amazing purpose. Every woman can live.
That's what I'm saying. You could be not living your purpose.
Absolutely amazing things.
That's what I'm saying. You could be not living your purpose because you're either barraged down by something else. Nobody should really stop anyone from living their purpose. Circumstances happen. We get it. But if you really, really want to find your purpose, there's always a way to go forth. And even in the smallest step, go that way towards that.
If your mind is made up for something, absolutely nothing can stop you from getting there.
There you go. Yeah, man.
Absolutely nothing. And what I encourage, most of my work when I work with women is getting them to get their mind shift.
Yes.
Because Nikki, when that mind is changed, you and I don't need to tell them what to do. They know exactly what to do.
That's self-love. That's what self-love is right there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Now,
absolutely.
For a woman right now listening, she's in her 40s, she's in her 50s, she's in her 60s. She feel like maybe she didn't make the best choices in her earlier years, and she wants to make that change. Give me some pieces of advice that you would give her, just even to start out slow.
Well, first she has to take note of where she is. You know, do some self-reflection. Many times I ask women, what do you want? And they don't know. They can't answer me. What do you want? And so we have to take the time out with ourselves to answer the hard questions. What are the things that drives me? What are the things that excites me? What are the things that I'm drawn to? Like for me, ever since I was a little girl, I love helping people. You know, I just, I've been the class monitor, you name it. I just love helping people. And
ain't nobody like the class monitor. Nobody like the class monitor. You wasn't helping nobody. You got us in trouble. You got us detention. Called us out. We was going to the bathroom. You know.
I got one girl in detention, but that was needed. But yeah, man. But seriously, if you're at this age and you feel like, wow, is there hope? There is hope, but you have to take that time out for you. You have to do that self-assessment. Step away from the crowd. Step away from the noise. Step away from the social media, and just do some self-check. What do I like? You might have somebody that, let's say you love old people, you know, could that be leading you into a direction? You might love to comb hair or love to see people with good hair. Can that mean you could probably learn a skill, you know, in hairdressing? There's so many things, but we have to take the time
You can bake well,
alone.
You know, you can bake. Start baking stuff and going to hairdressers in the neighborhood, you know, sell your wares.
I'll tell you this, Nikki, there was a story that, Miles Monroe, you know, God bless his soul, he was sharing in one of his empowerment sessions about this woman who got fired from her job as a housekeeper at the hotel. And, you know, she came crying and, Pastor, pray for me. But this is the same woman who every Sunday baked cookies for the church. And he said to her, you still baking cookies? And she said, yes. And he said to her, go home and bake some cookies. Anyway, just chopping up the story. That woman later on went back to thank him for showing her that it was purpose that she got fired. If she never got fired, she would have not gotten to the place where she started her own business, till her cookies and baked stuff are now in supermarkets in her country.
At that.
So sometimes situations happen to us, and all we do, we dwell on the negative, and we're not looking to see that it might very well be forcing us into our purpose.
Yep.
So pay attention, pay keen attention.
I definitely learned that one. Every time I try to move myself back to the U.S., something over there end up making me hate everything about life, and I'm like, I want to go back. My purpose is here. No, but kidding. We got somebody on the line on the WhatsApp, and they said, what if, I guess this could be a man or a woman. He said, what if women? But this could be unisex question. What if a person sees the red flags and still enters the relationship? How would you respond to that?
You know what? You're going to pay for it later on.
Yeah.
That's all I could say. If you
wait.
see the red flags and you know that they're red flags, then you have a part to play in your own choices. Because I'll tell you this, everywhere you are in your life is because of the choices that you have made. And too often we see it. We see all the red flags and we still go in.
Yeah.
On what basis are you making that decision? Exactly. You know, so many times we make permanent decision on temporary emotions.
Yep.
And that's what gets us in trouble a lot of times.
A whole lot of times, I'm sure. A whole lot. I mean, a whole lot. No, but yeah, and also to that, I would also say the person might want to start looking inside of themselves, because a lot of times, stuff you've been through, you end up attracting that to you. You know what I mean? So especially if you have like a more victim type of an energy, not to say anyone is supposed to be a victim, deserves to be, I'm not saying that, but there is this energy that predators will pick up on.
You attract who you are.
Yeah.
That's it. You attract who you are. And this is why self-love, I wish I could get like about 5 hours just to teach on self-love, man.
Yeah.
If we just get to that place where we understand how to love ourselves, we're not saying to get prideful and act like you're better than people. But when you love yourself, you're not going to entertain certain things. You're going to see those red flags and you're going to say, you know what? You handsome and you all that, but guess what happened? I see this red flag and I'm better than that.
Yep.
And walk away.
And that goes for both sides, men too.
Yes.
You know, some men are over there on Facebook talking about women this. No, those are the women you dated, you know, and maybe you need to find out why that's a type of energy that you have attracted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Raise your vibration. Definitely.
I like that. Raise your vibration. That's what we're going to do for the rest of the show. We're going to raise vibrations. Yes. That's what we try to do every day anyway.
Raise the vibration. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, congratulations on all your business ventures. I mean, you even took it overseas and helped them start barbershops, all kinds of great, amazing things. Where did you start? Where were you born? Where did you grow up?
Well, I am a little country girl from Point Hill, St. Catherine.
Look at
Wash, cook, clean, go gully for water, tie out goat, you name it. Yeah.
Look at
That's where it all started. And I happened to come across a magazine one day and just saw pictures of America and just started wanting more.
Yeah.
And in that magazine, I found something called pen pal. I don't know if people write to pen pals anymore. And my pen pal was in Finland.
Wow.
And she would talk so much. I knew everything about Finland, everything. She sent pictures and cut out magazine and newspapers. And I started dreaming and I just wanted more, Nikki. And even when my surroundings tell me that that's not what I'm going to get, I believed I wanted more. So I was the kid that was preaching, I'm going overseas to study and I'm going to start a school and I'm going to do all these things. And you know what? I can't take any glory because God has always been there with me and opened up the door. But it starts with a burning desire. And once you have that burning desire, you will find a way. Some persons will say the universe will speak to you. All right.
You can say you're not going to take away any glory, but for every Christian and religious person, God is supposed to live in every last one of them, meaning they all have the same opportunity that you would have had. So clearly, the meat of what happened came from your hard work, your determination, and your force of drive.
And hard work, man, you can't skip the process. I think sometimes we want to skip the process.
And it sucks.
It's hard work.
I wish I could skip it like a BBL. Just go down to Dominican Republic and just buy the process. Just come back. You know what I mean? All
No,
right,
but you know what, Nikki?
Yes,
I
Mama.
believe that every person was born with greatness inside of them.
Yeah.
And I know some persons may be listening now and say, oh, it's easier said than done. Believe you me.
You out your mind.
I've heard
I
it
lived in the
all.
you just heard her say she a country girl. I grew
Yeah,
up in the
man.
projects. I
Yeah,
used
man.
to eat government cheese that my mama
Yeah.
got. Do you understand
Yeah.
what the projects are? I don't know if they
Yeah.
have the projects in Jamaica, but that's a government subsidized place where it's not usually, oh yeah, they call it the ghetto, but still.
The ghetto. No, the projects overseas are worse than our ghettos here. Our ghettos are nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's saying the
Yeah.
ghetto, but y'all got mango trees in y'all ghetto. We ain't had that.
Yeah.
Okay? We got pit bulls that you got to run from and hope you get to your door. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I grew up. And that's why I try to tell people that no matter what you think is stopping your future, the only thing that stops your future is you. Get out of your
Absolutely.
box. If you live in
Absolutely.
the hood, get on your best clothes, take a bus
Yeah.
out of the hood, and just sit there maybe. You don't know who you could talk to that might be able to give you some food, some little, not food, but I mean food for thought. Food for
Look
thought.
here, Nikki, when I wanted to start the school,
Yeah.
I asked myself, where are the people hanging out that, that are going to pay to come learn beauty services?
Yeah.
And someone told me about Cafe Blue up Sovereign.
Yeah.
And I went to Cafe Blue and I bought the cheapest cup of coffee, $250 at the time. And I sit on that baby for about 6 hours.
Yep.
Because I wanted to see who was coming in. And you know what? I would go there at least twice every week
Look at
until
that.
I start meeting people and start handing out business cards and
Yep.
start making connections.
That's
so
how it works.
sometimes we have to leave those environments
Yes.
and go to other places. Drive through Norbrook even just to dream for a minute, man.
Take a
because
run, take
the
a
thing is that,
jog.
you see if your mind is stretched,
Yeah.
you see, once your mind is stretched and you understand that there is more, and this is why I encourage people to read. You know, I have a book club that I'm passionate about. I encourage people to read. We're in the information age.
What's
There's
the book?
no
What's the book
excuse
of the month?
anymore.
What's the book right now? What book are we reading right now?
Well, actually, I am reading Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna jump on it with you. I'm gonna
And
jump
it's
on the book
heavy.
club.
It's heavy,
That's
Nikki,
a
but
big
it's
old book.
good.
It's a really big book. It's like this.
It
thick.
is a big book. It is a big book, but it's good, Nikki. It has great nuggets. You know which book I read, and I think every woman needs to read this book.
Which one?
It's This Child Will Be Great. It's the story of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the first female president over in Africa, in Liberia.
Ooh.
Man, you need to hear that woman's story.
Okay, send me that book title
She
too.
came from an abuse relationship,
Yeah.
divorce, 4 boys or children in Liberia.
Whoa.
When there's divorce, the father gets custody of the children.
The rules are different
I
there.
mean, coming from where she came from and then to become the first female president. Look here, every woman needs to read this book. There are other women. We could talk about Katherine Johnson, NASA, right?
Yeah.
And then we have our own great women in Jamaica.
I know that's right.
Well, deceased Miss Lou. I mean, there's so many great women that have gone before us.
Yeah.
But what do we know about their stories? Or do we just see them and think that it happened for them, it can't happen for us? Well, I'm here to tell you it can happen for you. You just have to want it bad enough.
I know that's right. We need to tell the stories more so we stop having this image of, oh, they just look rich, so that must mean they did something
No,
important.
man.
No, there's actually stories
Share
behind
the
that.
story.
Yeah, and we almost got to go, but when you told me the story of the lady in Liberia and then you said she became
Yes.
president, the first thing that came to my mind was how she treat that ex-husband now. Because I would have come for your neck so heavy.
That's where forgiveness, Nikki, and I think that's what we're
Attack
gonna
my
wrap
boy.
up with. Let me tell you something.
I'm coming for you.
No, Nikki. When a woman understands her purpose and her strength, she does not need to be vindictive.
I didn't say need, and I didn't say vindictive. Vindictive mean I'm doing something behind your back. I'm going to do it right in your face. I'm going to say, homie, you remember?
No, Nikki, no.
I can't have a little fun with it.
Don't waste your energy with that. Don't waste your good energy with that.
But it's all right, fine. Fine.
No, Nikki.
Fine.
You know what you do with that energy? You find another young girl and you help to pull her up. That's what you do with that energy.
I'm still gonna put some sugar in this gas tank, but anyway,
no, he's not worth it.
It's only $2. It ain't gonna cost me nothing. So I'm just saying, Anyway, it's done. I'm joking, people. Don't do that. Do not do that. Associate Counselling Psychologist Dawn Petgrave, thank you so much, and happy International Women's Day to you.
Thank you, and thank you guys for having me again.
Oh, we're gonna have you more and more oftentimes on the show. So hey, just be on standby. All right.
All right. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.